The Wrestling Observer is reporting that paymasters in Saudi Arabia want to make 2027's WrestleMania 43 the most star-studded show ever, and they'll stop at nothing to make it happen. Dave Meltzer told listeners tuning in to Wrestling Observer Radio that they have matches that they want, and they're working really, really hard to get. Even though it's a couple of years, I don't know if they're going to be able to get them, but they're going to spend a lot of money to get what they want, obviously. Some of the names mentioned include WWE megastars like The Rock, Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and even Shawn Michaels. Rock arguably might be less difficult to do business with if the price is right. But Austin, Taker, and Michaels are all retired. Yes, they have worked matches in recent years, more on that lower down the page, but none have expressed any wishes to get back in the ring in 2025, let alone 2027. This is ambitious from the Saudi Arabian moneymen, to say the least. Meltzer's co-host Brian Alvarez asked if that meant they wanted bouts like Austin versus Rock and Undertaker versus HBK. Meltzer replied to say he hasn't heard about any specific matches being pitched this far out, but assumed all of those people will be contacted and the ones who want to do it will be able to. The Saudi organizers won't put up any barriers, put it that way. They want this to be the most dazzling, star-rich media experience yet, and they'll stop at nothing to make it reality. Some of the legacy names could be about to see the biggest paydays of their entire careers then. All four of the legends' names on WOR have worked special attraction matches for WWE within the last decade, but they've experienced varying levels of success in doing so. The Rock is the most recent example. He teamed with Roman Reigns to face Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins on Night 1 at WrestleMania 40 in 2024. That was his first match in 8 years. Meanwhile, Stone Cold shockingly returned to the ring for a brawl with Kevin Owens at Mania 38 in 2022. Not many saw that coming because Austin hadn't hauled on his working boots since 2003 versus The Rock at Mania 19 and had expressed hesitance about ever doing so again. However, the match proved to be a rip-roaring success, and there were calls for more Austin goodness immediately afterwards. That has died down somewhat, but his fans argue that Steve could still dish out some stunners and wrestle a few carefully laid out matches. The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels are a little different. Several of Taker's final showings against Goldberg, Roman Reigns, and more were disappointing, and they brought a clumsy curtain down on his iconic 30-year run. Thankfully, his inspired tag showing with Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre back at Extreme Rules 2019 was much more satisfying, and people loved his barmy, cinematic, boneyard match versus AJ Styles at Mania 30. HBK's first match since a memorable